are stories that connect us to ourselves and each other. These stories reveal who we are and show us the many vivid, wild colors of our truth. Welcome to Soul Wanderings, where we raise spiritual awareness and foster connections through these shared stories and personal experiences. And now, exclusively on KGRA Radio, I give you your host for Soul Wanderings Radio. Here's AJ.
Hello, happy day, friend. It is Soul Wanderings night, where we receive an opportunity to hear journey stories from humans. From all walks of life, all types of experiences, these humans show up to share authentic pieces of themselves with all of us. I'm AJ Rasmussen, your host. Hello, hello. I just adore the time I get to be here with all of you as we discuss topics relating to our experiences with being human, a spiritual being living in a anomalous universe. So hey, thanks for hanging out with us. If you are interested in participating during the show, you can do that. Go over to kgraradio.com. If you're listening live with us, we have a chat room to play with. The chat is hosted there on the station. You will want to log in if you want to chat with other listeners during the show, or perhaps ask a question for our guest. That's the place to do it. I also hang out in there. I'll talk to you when I can, but I'm very aware of what's going on in that chat room. And I love all of the interactions that take place. It's so good. So kgraradio.com, click on the chat room and have some fun. And while you do that, we're going to wander with our latest guest. Our guest tonight is Brooke Benincosa. Brooke is an RN who is passionate about helping people discover how to heal themselves and how to have a meaningful life. She's always felt driven to help others discover their own power. Brooke is also known for her intuitive healing abilities and her knowledge of health coaching, combined with her willingness to listen. And she's worked in the healthcare industry for more than 13 years. During her time in the medical field, she noticed the correlation between mindset, energy, movement, and health. And seeing this in her career made her want to switch her focus towards a more holistic approach to a healthy mind, body, and soul. With Brooke's training and experience in Qigong, I always am going to say that wrong. Qigong. I say it. There's a Q-U-I. Okay.
It is. It's very confusing.
And healing the body. Our topic of discussion tonight is going to be mainly focused on healing trauma in the body with Qigong. I'm excited.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Especially because I'm a first-hand, I know myself, the experiences that I've had are related to trauma, the health issues that I have now. So welcome to the show, Brooke.
Well, thanks for having me back. I'm excited.
I'm excited too. And she said welcome, or coming back. So Brooke was with us before, and oh my goodness, we just looked up the episode, but you'll have to go in the archives if you're interested. Go to soulwanderings.com all the way to the bottom. You'll see all of the archives there. You can also go, I believe on YouTube, they have them all there. I'll have to find out for sure because I'm not sure what's going on there. But for sure, go to soulwanderings.com. Look up Brooke Benincosa. She's in there in the archives. Was a great episode, but it was almost 2 years ago.
It was almost 2 years
and
ago.
So much changed
so much
since
has happened.
then. Not only has so much changed in your life, you've learned a lot more than you already knew then, which is awesome that there's some growth taking place, but eye-opening experiences. Before we go down that path, let's talk about you. Let's have like a recap of who you are and tell us a little bit about yourself.
So my name is Brooke Benincosa, and kind of like the blurb said, I am a nurse. I don't work in a traditional nursing setting anymore. I don't work at hospitals. I did do hospice for a while. I worked in every area of the hospital, ER, ICU, everything like that. And I guess the more awake I get, the more I get away from that. So I just really focus on things that are holistic. And I have 2 dogs. And fun fact about me, I have been bitten by a raccoon 3 times.
Oh my gosh, I read that recently.
Oh my goodness. But what else about me? Let's see. I am a self-employed entrepreneur now. I am so excited to be so fully self-employed, which is a new thing I've been working for a long time, and I'm kind of getting out of the corporate world and getting out of big farm world and all that stuff. So I finally made that transition, and it was really scary, but it was absolutely necessary. So
I bet it was scary because what you knew was what you were comfortable with, right?
Yeah, absolutely. You can't be stuck in those comfort zones though. You got to really have that faith in the unknown and jump for it sometimes and know that the universe or your higher power is going to guide you and let you go. So
I love that you trusted that, because how many of us take forever to take that leap, right?
Yeah.
Even though we know after taking that leap, things are going to be better than where we are now. Because where we are now is making us miserable, yet we're afraid to change it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
good for you.
I didn't feel like I was making a difference in the hospital, so it was very frustrating because, I mean, going to school for years for my nursing degree, I was like, I'm going to help so many people. And then, like, I got into nursing, I was like, oh, I just pass out pills to everyone. This isn't really actually helpful. So I got really frustrated, and I finally had to just have that awakening and that transition, and it was really scary, but it just sent me on such a cool journey, so.
I want to hear about that journey. So you're passing out pills to all of the patients, not really helping them. That's not really helping them, right?
No, I mean.
What was your experience as a nurse, and why did you want to make the shift out of doing something you thought was going to help other people?
So my experience as a nurse is us as healthcare providers are missing the whole energetic mental part of health. We look at a physical body as a machine, and we say, what can we do to Band-Aid up that machine? We don't get to the deeper part of any of that. And what made me really switch in my career is I had an incident with a doctor, and it had nothing to do with me at all, but he yelled at me and called me an idiot in front of my patients. And it had nothing to do with me. It was actually their fault, but they just didn't want to look at it. And first off, I had a big issue with that, and I tried to reconcile with my boss, and I tried to fix it, and they wouldn't do anything about it. They're just like, well, he's a doctor. He can do whatever he wants. And I was like, well, if you want me to continue working here, I have to be able to talk to him face to face and be able to clear the air, kind of clear out the situation. And keep in mind, he was 7 feet tall, and he yelled at me. I felt very threatened in the hospital in front of my patients. And now I'm like,
little Brooke over here.
Yeah, I was just like, if I stand up, I'm going to punch you and then I'm going to get fired. So I just sat there. I was just like, oh, okay. And I've worked there 6 years, and this is the first time I ever even met this doctor. Like, he didn't know my name. He didn't know me. I'm like, I've worked here 6 years and you don't know me, and you just come in and yell at me and call me an idiot. It was just, and then my patients, they didn't want me taking care of them after that. And they're like, well, this nurse is an idiot. That doctor just called her an idiot. And they're all on cardiac monitors. So that was like the biggest thing that shifted me leaving, and they didn't do anything about it, and they just continue to let the doctors be in charge. And it's like, me as the nurse, I will always be my patient advocate, and I will always do what is best for my patient, even if that means making doctors uncomfortable and questioning their judgment, because that is what we are supposed to do. That is what they teach you in school. And I will never, like, I took a vow when I graduated as a nurse to do no harm to any of my patients. So
it wasn't in alignment with what you believe to be true.
Yeah, absolutely. So they didn't ever do anything about it. And so I put in my 2 weeks at the hospital. I put in my 2 weeks notice. And then, like, my first day back in that 2 weeks, they were like triaging patients in the hallway pretty much, which it's not a war zone. We can send them to other hospitals. And at that point I was like, you're just worried about money. Like, you just want to fill this hospital so full so you can get money. You don't care if it's super unsafe. And I And so as soon as I got there, me being me, I'm not a quiet person. I called the CEO of the hospital. I was like, this is unsafe and I'm not doing this. And my boss came to me and he's like, is this going to be your attitude for 2 weeks, Brooke? I'm like, is this going to be how we treat patients? He's like, Brooke, this is healthcare. I'm like, this should not be healthcare. We should not treat patients like cattle and just let them suffer in the hallways when no one can check on them. I was like, if I can't have eyes on my patient, I don't feel good about it. And I'm like, if they're down the hallway, if they had an emergency, there's no equipment for me to help them. I was like, I'm not doing this. So he was just like, well, let's have today be your last day and we're just going to pay you out. Like pretty much because I already reported them to the ethics hotline and I already went through the chain of command of doing what I felt was right to help that change. And so they just asked me to leave. And I was like, all right, I want that in writing. I want all that. And I gave a speech to the nurses because the nurse was like, Brooke, we had to. I'm like, you never have to. You always have a choice. I was like, you went to school for that nursing degree. And I am not risking I would not feel good about myself if I injured someone because they wanted to overstaff us. So that was it. And then I walked out. And then before that, I kept meditating. I was really searching because I was like, this is not my path. This is not my answer. There has to be another way for me to be able to serve people in ways that feel good to me. And so I heard of Qigong. Qigong came to me in a meditation and I was like, what is that? I had no idea. I was like, what is Qigong? So, I mean, I'm familiar with martial arts and other stuff like that. And then it kept popping up everywhere I went. I was like seeing Qigong. And if the universe gives me a sign 3 times, I usually listen to it. So I'm like, all right, what is Qigong? So Qigong is over a 5,000-year-old health and vitality practice that it comes from Taoist, traditions. And it is used, movement as medicine. So it mimics nature. Like you have the 5 elements where you have an element of water, earth, metal, fire, air, and you have these movements that help heal your body and different aspects of your body, doing these movements. And the type of Qigong that I took specifically was medical Qigong. So it's really good for physical therapy. It's good for sports injury recovery. It's good for, bringing the body back to alignment. But during this, one thing that my master said was it helps bring the spirit back into the body, because when you have trauma in your body, your spirit leaves. It doesn't want to be there. It's too hard for your spirit to be in your body. So that really kind of resonated with me because working in healthcare, people are very disconnected from their body. They have no idea. They're not aware that they're so disconnected.
I've never heard that before, where your spirit leaves your body.
Yes. Your spirit
in
literally
all
will leave.
the things that I've studied and all the things that I believe in, I have never once heard that in the moment of the trauma, but I've never heard it not coming back to you. That's just crazy. I'll want to know more about that. We can talk about that.
Yeah, absolutely.
But first of all, kudos to you for speaking your truth and standing in it. I think it takes a lot of courage. It's very brave what you did. Not just for yourself, but for the patients and the other nurses. And I really think doctors, they do go through a lot of school. They do deserve that type of credit for the commitment that they've made. But I really, from my experience, see so many nurses that are more in tune and more in touch with what is best for the patients more so than the doctors. And so for you to even speak to your peers in that way, kudos. I just want to say that right now.
Thank you.
That was really brave, not just to leave your career, but to speak your truth in the process. So thank you for everyone, because we need people like that.
I agree.
We absolutely do. But going back to your training and your teachings, tell me more.
So I cashed out my whole retirement from the hospital. I worked there 6 years and I just cashed it all out. And I have been researching White Tiger Qigong. So White Tiger Qigong is a 5,000-year-old Taoist medical practice that has a lot of science in sports injury and everything else. And it biohacks the body. It biohacks the brain. So I went to Italy for 3 weeks for this training with this master, and he is a 5th generation from the White Tiger lineage. And I really appreciated that he had so much science to back up everything. And now I do my own research and I write continuing education courses for nurses to bring Qigong into the hospitals because it has so many powerful benefits.
Really?
Yeah.
Tell me how that's going with the Qigong in hospitals.
I'm still finishing writing my course. It's been a while since I've written like a college research paper. So it's almost done. And then I have to record the videos for it. But then after that, there is a website where other nurses can buy this, and then I will go and start advertising it to the hospitals. So
fantastic.
And one thing, since we are talking about the trauma, the one thing about Qigong about trauma that people do not understand is your nervous system. Mm-hmm. When you have a trauma, your nervous system almost traps that emotion, because what does emotion mean? It means energy in motion, and your nervous system is an electrical circuit board, right?
Right.
So you have an emotion, you have a traumatic experience, your body will lock up, and then your connective tissue, the fascia, the muscles around it start building up and making it even blocked off more. And you're blocking off that life force, because Qigong in translation means life force practice. So you're building that life force in your body. But when we have an emotion or trauma, it just gets stuck in the body. So Qigong is a great way to open up the nervous system, open up the fascia, open up the connective tissue to allow that to release. When I got back from my teacher training, I cried for a week straight.
Oh, I'm sure.
I was just like, I don't know what is happening, but I think I'm just releasing.
Right. Well, you think about everything that we carry just for ourselves, but where you are naturally empathic and a nurse on top of that, you're carrying a lot of other people's garbage as well.
Yeah. I don't think I realized it, because like in my teacher training, we would sometimes practice 8 hours a day.
Wow.
It would be a minimum of 4 hours of movement every day. And the moves specifically in Chinese medicine, certain organs hold different emotions. And I never realized how true that was until I took this course. And then I look back over my nursing career and I'm like, oh man, that is so true. Like, anger is stored in the liver. Every alcoholic I have worked with at the hospital has very deep-rooted anger. And the spleen and the pancreas are considered one organ in Chinese medicine that holds anxiety. And I very much see diabetics are very anxious. They're very chronic worriers, and kidneys store fear. So people who have kidney stones and things like that, or bladder issues, always have a deep-rooted fear. And the heart it's an interesting one. People have a hard time when I tell them what emotion the heart holds, because it's excess joy, excess desire. And people like, too much joy is a bad thing. I'm like, yes, because you're not being in the moment and you're constantly wanting something that is not there. You know, I see a lot of businessmen who have heart attacks, and it's because they're constantly chasing their goals instead of appreciating what they have and being in the moment and being accepting of that. I mean, goals are a very good thing, but don't deteriorate from what is presently happening, and feeling that contentment in your life instead of just wanting. It's very common in addicts as well, because they don't want to feel the pain. And sometimes that's where you need to be, is to feel content in those emotions. And they just keep chasing a high, trying to mask it. So, and the lungs hold grief, which I very much see. I mean, think
that
about when you grieve.
So much sense.
Yeah. When you grieve, you actually even change your posture of your whole chest, and it affects the lungs and asthma and things like that. So I thought that was fascinating learning that. I was like, oh man. Like, I see that in my career. Like, I didn't know what I was seeing when I was a little baby nurse. I had no idea, but now I'm like, oh, like that's
so
totally,
much sense.
Yeah, it opened up a new light for me. So
it's amazing how connected we truly are to our emotions on a physical level. And I'm not sure why we don't make that correlation just as a knowing. You know, we know so much, but for some reason that is not in our awareness until it is. But I mean, initially we're not sure how to heal or how to feel our emotions on physically or emotionally. And then we have great people like you who are like, I can show you the way. But it's crazy how disconnected we are from our meat suit. Like, this is our vessel.
Yeah.
And we don't take very good care of it in general.
Well,
until we know.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so,
well, even when you go to the doctor, you tell the doctor what's wrong with you. Like, people don't make that connection, though. It's like,
right.
And people get mad at me because they're like, well, how do you know that cancer is there? Your body gives you signals for years before cancer shows up as a big blown cancer cell. Like, you have to listen to your body. You have to train yourself to listen to your body when it whispers, so you're not dealing with it when it's screaming. And that's the thing with Qigong. Like, we know the benefits of meditation. We know the benefits of slowing down and doing this. Qigong is a moving meditation, which is beautiful because it's so slow. And it's easy to meditate and zone out because you're moving. You're doing all of these beautiful spiral movements that are just so graceful and slow that it's very easy to not think. You're like, okay, I'm just in my body, and it's a total different thing.
What are some ways that we can listen to our body when it's trying to share with us that there's an alert of some kind?
I would really suggest slowing down your breathing and focusing on your heart center. I think that is the biggest thing, is just slowing down, giving yourself permission to just sit and ask your body questions. People don't think like, well, why would I ask my body questions? It's like your body will answer you. So it's like, ask it questions, talk to your body, because your DNA will respond and it will give you answers. It might not be like an immediate like, yes, this is the answer, but you have to you slow down and tune in, and it takes practice. And it's like any other workout regimen where you have to focus, you have to be disciplined. And I mean, I love Dr. Joe Dispenza, and he talks about training your body to sit and stay like a puppy. Like, you literally have to train your body, even if it's only for 5 minutes. That's great. Start out with 5 minutes, slowly, increase that, because you're not going to have any clarity with the clutter in your mind. So you really have to just slow down, and breathing is an easy way, focusing on your heart center, and maybe you have to try to reimagine of something that brings you love and joy. Like, I like to think of my puppies because they make me super happy. So I'll just visualize my puppies, and I'll put my hands on my heart, and I take a deep breath, and that will really help me tune in. And then I'll just be like, what do you need, body? Like, is it something physical? Is it spiritual? Is it energetic? Usually for me, it's just, I need to go out to nature more. And I think that's something everyone could benefit from.
Absolutely.
It's just being in healing Mother Earth.
I agree with that wholeheartedly. That is the best medicine.
It totally is.
Do you ever muscle test?
I muscle test other people. I'm not good at doing it on my, I muscle test the Native American way, where you stand and you hold something to your heart.
That's
and you
how I do it.
Okay. I can muscle test that way. I haven't been able to do it with like my fingers or arms like some people can. But yeah, I do the Native American way, where I'll stand and I'll see if I rock forward or backwards. And you can ask yourself yes or no questions by doing that as well.
Yeah. That's just a really great way that I have learned to communicate with my body. When even sitting still, I'm not getting any answer, or I'm not listening, however that is in that moment. When I muscle test, your body, like you said, your body knows what your body needs, and it will share with you. And muscle testing is just a great physical way for that
validation.
Yeah, absolutely. For those of you who don't know what muscle testing is, I mean, there are several ways to do it. I don't want to refer you to, just go to any search engine you use and look it up, because there's so many ways to do it. And I can't really physically show you on air how that works, but
it's to describe.
Yeah, it is difficult to describe. The best way that I have found for myself is the way you explain.
Yeah.
Where if you're talking to your body, you literally put your hands on your heart and close your eyes, take some breaths, and ask your body the question that you were wondering about. And if it is a yes, your body will naturally go forward. And if it is a no, your body will go backward. However, you can use your fingers in, if you take your pointer finger and thumb and connect them, and then do the same with your other hand, but around or through I can't explain this.
It's like linking your fingers and trying to break through.
That's the word I'm talking about. There's that way. There's lifting your arms.
Yeah.
And pushing down on them. I don't know. There's several ways. Just look it up. But your body does. I love that you brought that up, because your body will share with you. Your body will tell you. I mean, just look at look at the times when you don't feel well. Your body communicates with you that you're not feeling well in whatever way that looks like.
Yeah, and I think just paying attention to how you feel around things. It's like, how do you feel around certain foods? Do things make you uneasy? Like your gut will tell you intuitively, and I think people just kind of ignore that. We ignore our gut instincts a lot, and that is another thing of just slowing down and listening it and not doubting it. So it's like, if you have an allergy to something, your body's obviously going to tell you, or certain foods. And the hard thing that I had with working as a nurse is everyone wants to model their health after everyone else. And it's like, you really need to define what your health is for you. And that's going to help guide you down that health journey a lot easier versus like, well, the doctor says that I need this and this and this. And it's like, well, what feels good for you? What, as long as you feel good and you have your own health standards, then live your life that way versus comparing it to everyone else and everyone else's standards.
I think that's on a lot of platforms because working at Vibes all day with people coming in with whatever reason that they're there, same thing. So-and-so says this is going on with me, or I need to do this, or whatever that looks like. And I'm like,
or someone told me to buy this stone because it'll help me.
Right.
Like,
but what feels good for you? I have that conversation on the daily. But I'm so excited we're talking about this, and it's already first break. So we're going to do that. And when we return, we will continue down this conversation path that we're on. Stay close, everyone. We'll be right back.
Folks, this is very important information. What's to be said about CBD? AncientLifeOil.com. Our CBD is made from hemp and has 0.003 THC, which means this wonderful product won't get you high, no matter what amount you take. What does CBD do for the body? My hands are tied. But you can Google CBD benefits and be astounded. When you're finished reading, you'll want to log on to AncientLifeOil.com. That's AncientLifeOil.com and purchase. Life is good when you feel good. People are tired of pain. People are asking for non-GMO organic products to help them with, you fill in the blank. Legal in 49 states, and again, our CBD is made from hemp. Ancient Life Oil is about helping people one by one by one. If you wonder how good the product is, the CEO takes it every day without miss. AncientLifeOil.com. That's AncientLifeOil.com. Have a great day. Please listen. Now is not the time to fear. When your immune system is strong, shields up. You have very little worries. If your immune system is compromised, you're susceptible to all viruses. I say shields up and no fear. Try Heart Love from GetTheTea.com. Heart Love has a special ingredient called allicin. It comes from the healing part of the garlic plant. No garlic breath. No garlic leaking out your pores, just pure immune-building ingredients that gets your shields up. Heart Love is a unique blend of herbs that loves to build you up. Google garlic and know the benefits. One Heart Love pill is equal to 20 cloves of garlic. 20 cloves! Shields up. You've heard of our Life Change Cleansing Tea at GetTheTea.com. Now try Heart Love. And by the way, take your blood pressure and watch weekly what happens. So here's how to purchase. Log on to GetTheTea.com. That's GetTheTea.com and build your shields. That's GetTheTea.com. Mention Ray in the coupon code and hit apply and receive free shipping.
Ew, yuck. They're unhealthy and gross. Bugs, I hate bugs. We keep a clean home, but occasionally bugs show up. Well, I found something that is tougher than bugs. Orange Guard. From contact, it kills bugs. Plus, Orange Guard kills hidden bugs and keeps new bugs away for weeks. I know. I use Orange Guard. Plus, all of the ingredients of Orange Guard are on the FDA generally regarded as safe list. Orange Guard may be used around food, humans, and pets. It promotes a healthier planet, and here's a bonus. Orange Guard cleans where it's sprayed. Plus, it comes with a 30-day money-back guarantee. Orange Guard.
You can get Orange Guard at Ace Hardware. And listen, folks, Orange Guard is tougher than bugs, and it's safe to use. Go to orangeguard.com. That's orangeguard.com.
Hi, I'm Whitley Strieber, author of Communion and a New World, lecturer and radio host of Dreamland Radio. Be sure to catch my show Friday nights at midnight Eastern Time right here on kgraradio.com.
More ways for you to make contact. Live Discord chat rooms, live talk radio, live video cast, toll-free HD phones, and coming this year, live streaming TV, giving you more ways to make contact. Your kgraradio.com.
Welcome back to Soul Wanderings. I'm AJ Rasmussen, your host. Tonight we are wandering with our beautiful guest, Brooke Benincosa. And you have a list of things that you are. So many things.
Wear a lot of hats.
You wear a lot of hats. But specifically in this moment, we're focusing on the Qigong training and experience that you have and the healing effects that it has on the human body.
Yes. I love it.
It is good.
So
I've watched you do it.
Oh, have you?
Well, in your videos you have on Instagram.
You should come check out a class.
I would really like to. The thing about classes, it just depends on when they are, you know, because running a business
you're
and
a busy lady.
Doing art and all the things. But it is on my, I guess you could call it a bucket list.
Yeah.
It looks intriguing enough for me to try. I would like
out.
to, and I feel like it would be beneficial for me, especially because it's low impact with huge benefits.
It's not like
my style.
Yoga because it's all standing poses, but everyone gets annoyed with me because they're like, what do I do about that? I'm like, do Qigong. I'm like, it's the answer for everything. And they're like, it's not, Brooke. I'm like, it kind of could be. So like, it really could be the answer for everything. So why not?
At least try.
Yeah.
I mean, what's it going to hurt?
Exactly.
So tell me more about your experiences with Qigong and how it's affected you enough to want to share it with everyone you possibly can.
Well, I mean, I think people seek what they need the most. And even me in my nursing career and everything else, I probably seeked things that I needed for me to heal. And I loved dancing as a kid. Like, dancing was so therapeutic, movement. And I love the idea of using movement as medicine. Like, I think that's just such a beautiful thing. There's so many benefits to different types of movement, dance, yoga, everything. And this one just really called to me. And the more I started learning about the science behind it, the more intrigued I was. And in yoga, they have chakras, right? They have like the 7 chakras. In Qigong, we have the 12 meridians, and meridians are rivers of energy that run through your body. And science proves that they run along the lines of your connective tissue, which is really interesting. And yeah, that's a new discovery. That was like a new recent discovery that all the meridian lines run right along your main fascial lines of where your bones and your ligaments and everything connect to each other. And another thing that that I learned in this class is I use the word fascia, but when I talk about fascia, I do mean connective tissue, and a lot of people kind of have a vague idea of what fascia is. So fascia, literally, it lines every muscle fiber of your body. It runs along every bone, every organ. There's even a liquid particle to fascia. So fascia is a really broad term when I'm speaking in connective tissue, just to kind of give you guys a visual.
So I've heard the term breaking up the fascia.
Yes.
Like it's so important to do that. Is that what you're doing with Qigong?
So you think about a trauma like I was talking about in the nervous system, the fascia will harden around that nervous system. And then you don't only get nerve pain, you get muscle pain, you get like ligament pain.
So this would be perfect for someone like me.
Absolutely. Yeah, because the thing with fascia is things like weightlifting that are high impact dry out your fascia like plastic, because fascia is actually 70% water, which not a lot of people think, because you think of fascia as being plastic, right? But things like weightlifting wring out that water. So you have to be very careful to balance out your weightlifting with other things like Qigong and yoga. Even I love yoga and I've practiced yoga for years. Yoga is very much on a linear axis, and it can, if you're not careful, overstretch the fascia. And it can, once the fascia is overstretched, it's like a loose rubber band that does not go back together as easily. So Qigong is kind of a perfect balance of weightlifting and yoga kind of in combination, because it does build muscle and it does a lot of twisting. And the twisting is where the magic happens with the Qigong, because you're twisting. So like one move, you'll wrap all the muscles around your bone. And what that wrapping does is it separates, so it's pulling the nervous system, it's pulling the connective tissue, it's pulling the fascia to realign so the body can communicate better. You think of these fascial blockages, right, or scar tissue and things like that. It's breaking down that communication in your body. Like your body cannot communicate as well. It can't function. It can't transport the nutrients. It doesn't have as good blood flow. So anything you can do to break up that tension and increase blood flow is going to help heal pretty much everything. I don't want to say everything because I'm not a doctor, but there are lots of benefits. But you are a nurse. Yes.
Trained, educated, and certified.
I have my bachelor's degree, so.
You know.
I do know
what you know.
I do know what I know. And there's a lot of trauma stored in the fascia. I mean, what happened when you hurt that injury and you got that fascial tear, and then there was trauma with that? Like, even if it was spraining your ankle or anything, there's an emotional traumatic part to that injury as well. So Qigong is great for physical therapy, for breaking up the fascia. And I already thought I was pretty limber. Like, I practiced yoga, I practiced martial arts. I'm like, I got this. And I was like, oh. And like, after 3 weeks of just doing 4 or 5 hours of Qigong a day, I'm like, my body alignment, like, I felt like I grew almost a half an inch. It was crazy. I was just like, oh, and like my hips felt looser. I was like, I didn't know my body could feel this loose. And I think people just get used to feeling like crap, and they're like, that's the normal. Yeah. And it's like your body can run so much more efficient when it is working good. And not only on the fascia part, but on the organ part. So a lot of Qigong does a lot of compression and twisting. So you're physically wringing out organs like a sponge. So if you have hormonal problems, it's usually from your liver and your kidneys being clogged up with toxins. Like, your body cannot run efficiently when it's full of junk. So what we do is we wring out the organs, and then when you release and unwind it, all this fresh blood flow goes into that organ to flush it out so it can run optimally. Like, you're going to get more efficiency out of your body in general, and people don't realize like how good they could feel, like the energy, the brain fog. Like, Qigong is the one move where it actually flushes out your spinal fluid, which is really interesting to me. That is fascinating. Your spinal cord.
How does that happen?
It's hard to explain but some of the moves that it starts at the pelvis.
Over the radio, you mean?
Yeah, sorry. Yeah. It's hard to, you can't see me, so I'd have to show you.
And that's why we're going to give you her information at the end, because she does these awesome videos to show you.
So there was a study to give you a visual of how the brain and everything is connected to the rest of your body. They did a study on people with back pain, and that showed that they had brain atrophy. People who have back pain have brain atrophy. Your brain shrinks because all that connective tissue from your lower back is connected to your brain. So when you actually breathe and you move your body, it separates the skull, the bones of your skull, to allow more blood flow in. So if you're not moving, you're shrinking your brain, which is crazy. That to me was a new one. I was like, oh, that's really interesting. And a lot of the moves
makes sense if you are looking at how your body moves, how your body works.
And another thing that people don't know is the connective tissue. You have one single linear fascial line all the way from your toe to your neck. If your toe is off, it's going to hurt your neck. But that kind of gives you a visual of how connected your lower back and your hips and everything are to your brain. So when we do these moves, they're very centered around the hips. So when there's this one move called dragon back, and it's literally just like doing this big wave up your spine, but that is helping flush out your spinal fluid, which is helping flush out your pituitary gland, which is helping regulate your hormones, and also flushing out the pineal gland. And
which just sounds incredibly amazing to release toxins. Like, I'm just thinking about all of the ways that you would feel better by doing these movements. It's incredible.
And they're very gentle moves, but they're yet so powerful, and they also build muscle.
It looks like a dance, like a slow, creative movement. It's such a beautiful thing to watch.
It's very graceful. I know I never thought of myself as a graceful person. Now I'm like, oh, I got a little bit of fluid in me, but yeah. So I thought that was really cool. But the spinal fluid is a separate compartment than the rest of your body. It doesn't filter out the same as your lymphatic system. So that's why it's so important to do some of these moves that are going to flush out your spinal fluid, because a lot of people who have hormonal problems, it's usually from the pituitary. The pituitary helps regulate all of that. And the pineal gland has so many benefits. It's what creates the DMT, which helps create your epinephrine, norepinephrine, your neurotransmitters, your serotonin, your oxytocin.
All the things
all of
that
those
make
things.
you happy.
Yes. So, I mean, I kind of sounded really rude and blunt because someone was like, well, I have depression. I need antidepressants. I'm like, no, you just need to learn to breathe differently. And they're like, they looked at me like I was just a monster.
But because people like the story.
Yeah,
let's be honest. People like the story. It's attention, and it's something that they have that's true to them. It's validating, like, I feel like crap. Pay attention to me.
And now I'm not telling everyone to go and get off their antidepressants.
No,
That's not what
by
I'm
no
saying
means.
at all. But
don't do that.
But learning how to breathe properly with your belly and flush that spinal fluid out, you're going to help create your own neurotransmitters and chemicals that you need to regulate, to be happy, to be more even keeled instead of being up and down all the time, which not a lot of people think about the importance of breathing, which is also a really big part of Qigong. Like, breath is so important. And if you breathe with your belly or versus your chest, you produce different hormones, and people don't know that. Like, no, if you breathe with your chest, your body thinks it's being chased by that saber-toothed tiger, and it produces more cortisol, which kills brain cells and helps you store fat. And long-term cortisol leads to deterioration of every organ system in your body. I mean, yes, we need cortisol for stressful times or when we do need that, but when it's constant in your body, it just starts to wear and tear. So it's really important to help get those stress levels down. In Qigong, where it works so much on the spine and the vagus nerve, it really helps decrease that fight or flight response, which most people, that's half of their problem right there, is just being stressed out and not knowing how to regulate it. So Qigong is perfect for, I mean, you can teach Qigong in a bed, you can teach it in a wheelchair, you can teach it standing, you can modify it so anyone can do it.
I'm very interested in learning all of those ways. Standing for me, but my very best friend in the whole entire world, we'll talk about that off air, but I really would like to help her in a lot of ways, and I feel like this could be something that would benefit her for sure.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, before all the COVID and everything, I had a private contract at the Veterans Nursing Home, and they would pay me one-on-one to do Qigong with these cute little vets. And they would flat out tell me, like, I don't know what you do, but this helps better than pain meds. This helps. He's like, I feel better a week after you leave. He's like, I feel great. So obviously,
I bet you have several success stories with people just having eye-opening experiences and taking control of their bodies in the healing process.
Yeah, it gives people hope. I think nowadays, I mean, a lot of my clients, because, you know, I am a Reiki master and I am a foot zone practitioner. I do my own health coaching, but they have gotten to the point where they're like, doctors don't help me. Like nothing that I have tried has helped. So
do you hear that a lot more often?
I do, yeah. They're like,
sad.
I have this and this and this, but they still can't figure out what's wrong with me. And then they come and see me and they're like, oh man, I feel like I have hope. Like I feel like I can do something on my own. Now I have these new tools that I can incorporate into my own self-care and I can actually get some type of results.
So when they learn how to do the Qigong with you, these are movements that they can memorize and be able to do at home in their own practice. Oh, that's really neat.
Yeah, in the Qigong, there's 2,000 different types of Qigong, which I did not know.
That's a lot.
Yeah, there's like Primantis Qigong, which I'm a little curious about. I'm a little curious about that one.
Have you seen that one?
I haven't. I want to look it up though. I'm like Primantis Qigong. That sounds kind of
sounds
cool.
like Karate Kid.
It does, doesn't it?
Me. Yes.
But the Qigong I teach, I only teach 13 moves. There's the 8 trigram and there's the 5 elements. So the 8 trigram is really good for range of motion. And then the 5 elements is more dynamic movement where you engage a lot of your muscles. I mean, my students come to my class and they're like, this is going to be easy. And then they're like sweating and they're like, I'm moving so slow. Like, how is this like
even
making me tired? And I taught the Derby girls the other day and they're like, this is hard. I was like, it's different. It's ways that you're not used to moving your body, but that's where you get all those amazing benefits.
I love that. And think of how much easier, more gentle it is on your body long term.
It is. And it's interesting because my first day when I went to Italy, our master showed us this video of this guy who is 120, and he was more flexible than me. He was just doing all these crazy moves, very fluid. And I was like, man, all right. I want to be that guy when I'm 120. So
what a blessed man to have lived so long.
It was crazy. But the thing with Qigong is you're supposed to be they believe that your bones are flexible but strong, which is very opposite to our type of modern thinking. It's like, no, your bones are hard and they're strong. But no, that makes them more brittle. Like the actual medication, bone density medications make your bones more brittle and breakable. And that is, like, I've had doctors tell me that. I've done the research myself. Like, it makes you more prone to hip fractures, everything. But in Qigong, when we do that spiraling motion of wrapping the muscles around the bone, you're not only getting the benefits of the connective tissue, the nervous system, but you're also forcing more blood flow into the bone marrow. So you can produce more red blood cells, more of your own immunity, and making your bones flexible but strong. So if you do fall, and you can recover so much easier, and you're not going to sustain injuries the way you would if your bones were brittle. So there is tons of evidence that show that it helps with bone density, and it helps increase all of those good white blood cells, all the good red blood cells, to help fight infection as well. So besides physical pain, internally it has a lot of benefits.
It's literally a master healer.
It is. That's why it's medical Qigong. In China, this is what they use. They make everyone do Qigong to keep their healthcare costs down because it has so many benefits. They're like, it's not feasible for us to live like the Americans. Like, we gotta keep this under control. So you'll go to China and everyone is doing Qigong. Like, everyone. I mean, back in Chinese communism, they did try to de-spirit, and I'm using quotation marks, de-spirit Qigong, where they wouldn't let you use the breath practice with it because it gives you so many superpowers in your brain as well that they were threatened by it. So they would kill all these Qigong masters, and they outlawed it for a lot of years. My master specifically, he trains Navy SEALs to do remote viewing, which is kind of crazy to think from a Qigong practice, but you can learn how to use remote viewing. You can learn how to use telepathy, and there's like the possibilities are endless once you start this practice of awakening your pineal gland, awakening your pituitary, bringing that spirit back in the body is amazing. The human potential that you could have. Like, it's just giving me chills talking about it. Like, it's crazy.
Giving me chills listening to you because it seems too good to be true, right? Because we've been conditioned to believe that if something's wrong, here, take a pill. And then once we become more aware that the pills aren't the solution to do other things, Qigong's not in our awareness as much as, like meditation or yoga or something like that, which are great.
Mm-hmm.
But this sounds like I said, a master healer, like it does all the things.
It does. It's crazy because I don't want to downplay I don't want to downplay yoga. I don't want to downplay weightlifting. I don't want to downplay any of it. I think you should try all the things and have a good, healthy balance of everything. But I just practice Qigong now and it builds muscle and I feel so much better. I can tell when I don't do it, my back hurts and I'm just sluggish. But
I'm sold. I'm interested to the 100th degree. Definitely. I have a question from the chat room. How do you recognize a problem if the problem is blocked by emotion or a traumatic event?
Oh, well, I think the awareness of you having that traumatic event is the first step. If you're aware that you had a traumatic event, is that what you're asking?
How do you recognize a problem if the problem is blocked?
Well, you're going to notice a blockage. So let's see, let me think.
It's kind of a confusing question, but if you take it apart, obviously we know when our body's communicating with us that there's something going on, right? But sometimes we don't always know what that thing is that is going on. So how would you recognize that it would need to be healed if you don't even recognize there's a problem?
I think that you would feel a disconnect from your body. I think you would feel an absence of something instead of a presence. It's like that yin and yang, the presence, you would feel the absence and a deficiency in your body. And I think if the more you practice your breathing, the more you turn into your heart, the more you practice all of the tools, you're going to find your own answers to it. And even just doing a simple body scan of laying down and starting with your toes and wiggling your toes. I notice half my left side of my brain is numb. I have a huge blockage there, but it feels numb to me.
Physically?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, when I meditate, I can feel this side. I cannot feel the left side of my brain. And that comes from a blockage. I have a bunch of injuries on the left side of my body. So I have noticed it getting better the more I practice Qigong. And I notice things are waking up more. And I do notice more sensations. But I think to answer your question, just start using your tools. And then you have to kind of troubleshoot it yourself. That is a tricky question, though. Because your body is usually full of trauma. But if you were to try to practice Qigong, you would probably notice a big difference.
Right. We all have some level of trauma trapped in our bodies.
Everyone does. Yeah. We all do. Look at the state of the world right now. Is completely, we are all disconnected. And that's what I feel a lot of our issues now are, is that disconnection. And even my master, when we went over, when I was in Italy and we were talking, he's like, all my masters in China who live in caves know that we are in deep, deep trouble right now.
They can feel it energetically.
They have no internet access. They have no TVs. They have no phones. They literally live in caves in the middle of nowhere. And they're like, things are very dark right now. And there's a short time period that we can shift it and change it. And he really believes that Qigong can help shift that. And if you think of things, science proves that we have a 6-foot energy field around our heart, right?
Yeah,
and if your spirit is disconnected from your body, it dims that energy down. But once you start practicing Qigong, you help other people's energy fields strengthen just by you practicing. It's like a dominoes effect, because I do believe in the collective consciousness. I do believe that we are one energy. And once we all start healing our own trauma, it helps other people to be able to assimilate that easier, because we've already done some of the work for them.
Yeah, I agree with that. I do agree in the interconnectedness. When someone is hiding out in a cave and can feel the heaviness of the world right now, there's got to be something to be said about that.
I thought that was, he had a big speech our last day of class, and,
that is
it was like all fun and games. And then he just got really serious, and he's like, the world is really in trouble right now, because we're almost to the point where things are irreversible. And I think that the more people start to wake up and start looking at their trauma, it's going to help shift things. I really do believe that.
I agree. And I've always believed, once I became aware, that we have so much control with what is going on around us by simply working on ourselves as an individual.
Absolutely.
We're so into everyone else's whatever that is, what's going on. We forget that the power literally is inside of us. We have the ability to move mountains by working on ourselves. We have the ability to heal the earth by working on ourselves, to heal each other by working on ourselves. And yet we've been so conditioned to believe it's selfish to do so. Yet it's such a powerful thing that we can do for everyone, including ourselves.
Absolutely.
Oh, it's so good. I love learning about Qigong. This is good stuff. I was really excited when you wanted to come and share all about it.
I'm glad you had me back.
It's so good. When we return from our break, we're going to continue our conversation with Brooke Benincosa about Qigong and healing the body. So we'll be right back. You guys stay close.
Chat rooms, live talk radio, live video cast, toll-free HD phones, and coming this year, live streaming TV, giving you more ways to make contact. Your KGRAradio.com.
Hey, is that a new music app?
Yeah, check it out. Surfer Music Discovery. It links to thousands of online stations, but the twist is you see the song names and artists that are now playing live.
That's different. No guessing. Looks like a waterfall of music.
So many formats. Rock, oldies, country, R&B, jazz, and a whole lot more.
How's that spelled?
Surfer. S-U-R-F-R.
Is it expensive?
It's free. No need to sign up or sign in.
Get the Surfer Music app free from Google Play or the App Store.
Saucer is the leading innovator of original and authentic UFO-inspired essentials and apparel, symbolizing self-enrichment and advancement. Believe in style and elevate your craft at thesaucerbrand.com.
Are you intrigued by Paranormal Talk Radio? You'll love the new Paranormal Radio app from TalkStream Live. You'll find a great selection of talk shows covering UFOs, ghosts, strange phenomena, and much more. Download the Paranormal Radio app now and start listening to the very best in paranormal talk entertainment, including the network you're listening to right now. The Paranormal Radio app, free in Google Play and the iOS App Store.
Find the podcast on iTunes, iHeart, and Spotify. KGRAradio.com. Soul Wanderings Radio.
Welcome back. You're listening to Soul Wanderings on KGRA Digital Broadcasting, Salt Lake City, Utah, Hudson Valley, New York, and Soul Wanderings can be found on all of your favorite listening platforms. So if it's iTunes, iHeartRadio, Spreaker, Spotify, you name it, we're there. And all of my shows are available for replay on soulwanderings.com. If you are enjoying the show, I would really appreciate you sharing with your bestest pals. I would really love that. We have so many short stories to share and so much inspiration to offer with our guests. It would just be really great if you did share, and I very much appreciated it. Would very much appreciate it. Can we do Qigong for tongue tying? Because I seem to be having an issue this evening.
It does help with the brain, so it might help. It links up the left and right brain.
This is the thing. My brain goes faster than I can speak.
Oh.
Do you ever have that issue?
All the time.
Yeah. So you understand.
Yeah.
Thanks for having my back.
Anytime.
So, Qigong. Tell me more. You've talked about all of the ways that it can help with our physical body on so many levels and release the trauma, but I'm really interested in the trauma part. Can we go in more depth with that?
Yeah, so releasing the trauma part, like I said, it's about releasing it from the nervous system and the fascia, because recently scientists have discovered, which is really interesting, that when you twist your fascia in a certain way, it has electrical impulse.
Really?
Yeah. So that you're just trapping more emotions, because emotion is energy in motion. So you're trapping emotions in the nervous system. You're trapping it in the fascia. And the way that the Qigong works with the spiraling and twisting movements of unlocking that and flushing it out, because so say we're doing dragon. Dragon is the water element, and we're releasing fear from the kidneys. So we go through and we do the movement and we practice the movement, because it's opening up the kidney meridian, which is the energy centers that go up the legs, up to the kidneys. So you're not only releasing it energetically, you're releasing it physically from the body. And then afterwards we do biohacking with a meditation. So
biohacking.
Yep. You biohack the brain. You do self-hypnosis. And it helps you get out of those triggers. So we flush out fear. We bring in courage. We focus on the color of the element. And we repeat as necessary. And there's also healing sounds in Qigong, because everything is energy, right? Everything is vibration. So in Chinese medicine, they believe that sounds help heal the body. So each organ also has a sound that goes with it. So like for the kidneys, it's chui. So you say chui and it helps release fear, because it vibrates down the body to release the fear.
Okay, so you're not only moving your body in different flowy, beautiful ways, you're also using the vibration of your voice with powerful words.
Yes. Yeah, in the beginning, one of the moves that's funny, it's called throwing out the trash, but we do all the healing sounds. So we release the excess desire from the heart, which is ha. Which is funny, because like when you're laughing, your heart is open, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then we release sh. Sh is anger from the liver. And you think about swearing when you're angry and you're like sh. It almost sounds the same. So sh is releasing anger from the liver, and chui is fear from the kidneys. Hu is anxiety from the spleen and pancreas. And then s is grief from the lungs. And then you have the 3 energy centers that we also release from. And you look at the new research of sound therapy and music and healing and singing bowls, but you can literally feel the vibrations down your body. It's very, very interesting. You can even start to think the healing sound after you get so far into your practice, and even thinking it does the same thing. Because you've already biohacked that. You've already programmed and primed your body. So you can even just think chui to release fear. And it helps.
That is so fascinating.
So, yeah.
Now, I'm into sound vibration and words of affirmation, or whatever that looks like. That is really neat when they're tuned in.
We use the sound with the move to release it. So you're using the movement and the vibration at the same time.
What about if you're having any challenges with your eyes?
Eyes are linked to the liver.
Eyes are linked to the liver, and that sound would be, again,
sh.
Sh.
Yes, the liver is connected to your eyes, so if you have a lot of anger, you usually have vision problems too.
Well, that's interesting.
I know, right?
Or what about just allergies? Allergies are linked to something also, right?
Allergies are, and I I can't remember what allergies are linked to. I'd have to go back in my books and look that up.
I've referenced this book before in past shows. There's a book by Louise Hay. You can heal your
Heal
body.
Your body, heal your life.
Yes.
I'll have to look up what allergies are, because allergies are a type of autoimmune
That
thing.
book has been really interesting to me. I've referenced it. I put it away for a while. Then I remember I have it and go back to it. But accurate.
Yeah, I do like that book. That book is super insightful. So, well, another fact about Qigong that kind of ties into everything right now is Qigong is feminine. It is feminine energy from Taoist traditions, which I just kind of barely learned. I thought that was really unique because usually everything has a masculine and feminine, but Qigong is mainly a feminine because it goes with the flow. You're flowing, you're allowing flow into your life. You're opening up that life force of the energy, which is a very feminine trait. And we have the dantians, which are kind of like the chakras, but you only have 3. So you have the upper dantian, middle dantian, and lower dantian. This is the mother. The brain is the mother, where you plant the seeds of creation. Your middle dantian is your emotions, and your lower dantian is your energy. But there's no father. It's only a mother.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
I like it.
I mean, in 2012, we did start to go into the age of Aquarius, which Aquarius is water flow, very feminine as well. And I think it just goes to show that we all need to nurture ourselves right now. We need to be our own feminine energy. Whether you are male or female, you need to
I agree.
acknowledge that feminine side and allow things to happen.
Absolutely. I really like that you said that, especially when it comes to men feeling the need to be men. You know, in the strong, non-emotional, non-sensitive way.
Well, that's not real masculinity, though.
Right. That's what I'm saying. The conditioning behind that for that to be a thing. That's why I love the awakening that takes place when we share that the male body is allowed to also be feminine, to have that essence as part of their being.
Absolutely.
I love that. I love that we teach that, and I love that we are sharing that with men now, that they're allowed to have their feels and share their truth and their emotions and not have to be so strong all of the time.
Yeah.
It's so important.
I agree. I think it is very important. I have a lot of male clients in my Qigong classes, which I'm like,
that doesn't surprise me.
No, I was a little surprised. I was like,
really?
Oh. Yeah, it's a lot of middle-aged active men are probably my main clientele.
And everything I've known about Qigong, I've always believed that it was more male dominated. I don't know why. I don't know where that seed was planted, but
they did use Qigong to, like, the warriors in China. They would use Qigong to recover during war. So it was very much used by masculine energy, but it is a feminine practice.
I love it.
So
that's so neat.
Bringing the feminine practice into war. It's kind of interesting, but I have a lot of male clients like that I do Reiki and foot zoning on, and it's usually their feminine energy that's kind of out of balance. So,
which makes
same
sense.
with women too, though. It's just like
they're masculine.
A generalized, it's like women feel they have to be more masculine to be in a man's world, and men feel that they don't know what a true masculine is because it's been so out of balance for so long.
Yeah.
So
I'm sure you've seen all types. Well, working in the industry that we are in, we do.
Yeah.
That's just the norm for us, I believe.
I think it is.
At least with my experience. You brought up foot zoning and Reiki, and we did have a question in the very beginning of the show. They were curious about what a foot zoning practitioner is. So since you brought that up.
So foot zoning works with the nervous system as well, but through your feet. So every part of your body is correlated with a different part of your foot, and the nerves are very much connected. And so I go through, and it's a type of massage with trigger points like reflexology. So it's a combination of massage, trigger points, pressure points that I push on. And it kind of freaks people out because I tell you your health problems through your feet. And they're like, how did you know that? I'm like, your feet tell me. Like, your feet tell all. Your people, I don't feel have enough good foot health. Like, I'm a fanatic about foot health because the feet are the roots to your trees, right? This is where the energy comes from. This is where your stamina, your life force from Mother Earth comes from. So it's very important to have good, healthy, flexible feet because, like I said earlier, you have that one fascia line from the toe up to the neck. So if your feet are tight, it can make your hip hurt. It can make your knee hurt. But I love the foot zoning because it's just such a good way to help people on a non-pharmacological way. So I have a lot of ladies who come to me for hormonal balances because I can help balance that out through the feet. Or people, I get a lot of diabetics who have no feeling in their feet. And then after the foot zone, they can start to have feeling again because we've woken up those nerves.
I was
going to
ask about neuropathy. So
I have a lot of patients with, or I guess they're not patients, clients with neuropathy. And I had this one gentleman, my first encounter with like a neuropathy client. He's like, I don't know what you did, but I've been able to feel my feet for a month after the first foot zone, 2 months after the foot zone. He's like, I haven't felt them in months. And he's like, I can still feel my feet now. And that was just after one treatment. And I've even foot zoned people who have had half their feet chopped off. And I foot zone those energy centers just like that foot is still there and they can feel it. It's crazy.
So incredible.
They can feel it. And at first I was like, I don't know about this foot zoning thing because I was still pretty much in like a logical mind. And I foot zoned a client who had a kidney transplant. And I'm like, I kept feeling on the foot where your kidney is. And he's like, I don't have a kidney there, remember? I'm like, weird. Because you can feel a little kidney. Yeah, on normal people, you can feel a little kidney. But on this client, I couldn't feel the kidney. I was like, oh, that's interesting.
That is interesting.
Yeah. And I foot zone the neurosurgeon at the U, and he's like, I don't know what you do. He's like, I have massages, I have body work, I have all this stuff done. Nothing makes me feel like your foot zones. And him being like a neurosurgeon, he's like, yes, I very much validate that your nerves are very connected in your feet, and I absolutely believe in that.
Isn't it?
He was all for it.
It's so crazy how everything is so connected in our bodies. What a marvelous machine.
It definitely is.
It really is fascinating to me. It just blows my mind that your feet link to different organs and parts of your body. And we're on them all day long.
I know, love your feet. People go and rub your feet. Everyone go home tonight and rub their feet.
That's the best.
It's so good for you.
So good. It's one of my favorite things I can do for myself.
Just rub your own feet.
Yeah, foot soaks and foot rubs. And I do spoil myself with the massage like every 10 to 12 days.
Oh, good.
So that's just
good
because, yeah, it feels good, but it's good for me.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I shouldn't say it feels good. My massages are actually quite painful,
like,
but
they feel good after.
After a couple of days, then I feel good.
That's good.
Yeah. So I'm pretty sure with our listener base, everyone is familiar with Reiki. It's more common now. And it's neat that you are certified in Reiki, and you were a nurse. When you had your experience in the hospitals, did you ever perform Reiki on anyone? Because it is more mainstream now.
I did with clients that were passing away. Other than that, it wasn't like people thought it was weird. And when I did home health for disabled children, I remember getting in trouble just talking about it.
Yeah.
I had this cute little guy.
Not legit or whatever people want to believe.
People don't really know what it is, but I had a call from my boss and he's like, so we had a complaint from a teacher from a school that you're talking about Reiki. I'm like, and? Like, oh, why is this a problem? Like, I just didn't understand. And
we are just so pushed into these boxes, aren't we?
We are. And it's fascinating now because when I first started Reiki a couple years ago, there wasn't a lot of research. But now there's new scientific nursing-based evidence that show the benefits. They have medical Reiki practitioners that go into surgery with people now. I had no idea. I was like, that is so cool.
It is neat.
I was like, we don't have that here where we live in Utah, but in a lot of other states it's becoming more and more common, which I think is beautiful because it requires nothing.
I really wish that was part of the training to be a nurse, or
I think it should be. Absolutely.
Or some kind of medical, provider, because it is so amazing what can occur with that type of energy running through your body.
Oh, it's
Like,
powerful. I mean,
so powerful.
I help my clients have breakthroughs with Reiki, and they're like, how do you know all this? I'm like, your body tells me. Like, I'm not any different or special than anyone else. I did notice after I do Qigong, though, my Reiki skills are like 10 times more powerful.
Oh, I'm sure.
Because all my energy centers are open. But,
I'm sure.
yeah, I resisted doing Reiki for a long time, and I've recently just been getting back into advertising that I actually do it. And I think since I've learned more with the Qigong and learned more with the foot zoning, it helps me be a more in-tuned Reiki practitioner. And I mean, we have big breakthroughs when I work on people, and it's crazy, and it's just it's so satisfying to be able to help them without like a medication or an invasive surgery, because people don't understand when you get a surgery, you're surgically cutting through your energy field, and that fascia is never the same, ever, ever, ever.
Right.
It is never the same. And I mean, I feel people need to take more accountability for their own health, because they're like, well, the doctor told me to. I'm like, did you research other options? It's like, no, I just blindly did what the doctor told me to.
Right.
I'm like, well, he's a surgeon and that's his job. It's kind of like a car salesman. That's how he makes money. So I feel like a lot of doctors they get excited because we have so much technology with surgery nowadays, which is great when we need it, though. But most of the problems that could have probably, like a hip replacement, just do Qigong, honestly.
Really?
Yeah. I had a lady. I was the youngest person in my Qigong training. Most of the other people were in their 60s. And I was like the 130-year-old there. But we had this older lady that was my roommate, and she had a knee replacement. She had a knee replacement, and they told her to get a hip replacement, but then she learned Qigong and she never went back to get that hip replacement. On her x-rays, it shows that she has arthritis. She's like, I don't have any pain. I feel great. I move fine. I'm not getting surgery. She's like, I wish I would have never got my knee surgery. I wish I would have found Qigong sooner.
That is so good for her.
And now she teaches other people her age group and helps them out too, which is beautiful. That's fantastic.
Yeah, definitely. I agree. I think it just seems, like I said earlier, too good to be true, but it's not. Everyone, it's not. Obviously, there are some great magical results that are taking place. But the miracles that can occur through the Reiki, through the foot zoning, through the Qigong or yoga or meditation or whatever practice you have are infinite. And they are shooed away because,
they can't make money off it.
Well, it's not a money maker, that's for sure. Or it's woo-woo or whatever that looks like. And it's so unfortunate because we literally could heal ourselves.
Absolutely.
Through these abilities. Question from the chat room. Do you feel people are more interested in your services and comfortable with you since you are an RN?
Yes.
Yeah,
I do.
You have that little
I think
perk.
that gives it, definitely gives me more credibility, and I do keep up on research, and I continue to research. And I appreciate when people do challenge my views because it helps me grow.
Yeah.
So, but yes, I do. I think I do get a lot of clientele with that RN after my name. Maybe not, but I mean, people are like, oh, you're a nurse. So like it's automatically more trusting of what I am educating about.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I would think so too. And from my experience having the shop that I do where I have different practitioners come in, in the spiritual community that a lot of people, I keep saying a lot, there are some people who get really excited with their new training and do it for a while and then just kind of disappear. They drop off, or they're not committed to it, or they don't continue their education with it, or whatever that looks like, right? They think it's going to be easy money, a quick practice, whatever their reason is. So when you have someone who has legit training behind their name, I think that says a lot. It shows your commitment, definitely, and that you're committed to what you're doing. It's not just a title that you just went to a weekend training for. Yeah,
I mean, I do deeply want to help people, and I do see myself very much as a nurse, even with my Reiki and my Qigong, because I do so much education, and people just, they don't know what they don't know until They come
Right.
to me and they're like, wow, like that was very insightful. And I do have the medical background where I can help them explain to them in ways that they understand on a very different level than versus someone who probably doesn't have my type of background. So I do very much see myself as a healer, just not in hospitals. I like to focus on the root cause. Like, let's get to that root cause of that trauma. Let's see what is causing your behaviors. Let's see what's causing that, instead of just masking it. So, and I really do take a lot of time to talk with my clients so they feel comfortable and we have a good understanding and make sure they feel heard. Because I think when you go to a doctor's office, this really surprised me. I talked with a doctor I work with. He said insurance pushes you to see 5 patients an hour in clinic.
Yeah, no wonder they're pushing you through so quickly.
Yeah, no wonder they're just like, oh, well, I'm just going to throw meds at you then because I don't even. So it's really not always the doctor's fault. It's really our insurance. It's really pharmaceuticals and like the money driven. It's like you have to see so many patients in a day. And it's like you can't really give good care. I knew 2 doctors who quit practice because of that, because they're like, no, this is not good patient care. Like I cannot get to the root cause of your problems in 10 minutes. And you can't. I had one doctor who would spend like an hour with patients and he's like, insurance hated that. Like they hated that I would spend that much time with the patient. But patients loved him and he was a good doctor. And that's what you need to do.
And that's why you'll wait in the waiting room forever past your appointment.
I know.
Because of the doctors who are taking a little more time with you. Or whatever other reason. But that's how I want to look at it.
That's how we'll choose to look at it.
But I know it's not true. They're probably talking to their wives and having lunch and doing whatever they do. But let's keep this positive. I have a strong dislike for my experience and so many other people who have gone through similar experiences. And so it's frustrating knowing that we have the tools and the ability to help people in whatever health situation that they are experiencing, yet we aren't doing it. We are meeting quotas and making fat paychecks instead, and it just is heartbreaking.
It is. It's very disheartening. And I mean, I kept changing jobs hoping it would be different. And like even with home health, like insurance had so much control. I never felt like I could give my patients what they needed. And that's very frustrating as a nurse because I really genuinely wanted to help people. I'm like, no, I could probably make just as much money doing something else, but I'm choosing this.
Right. But your ability to see through that and make a change, not just for yourself, but the people you're helping is huge. And I believe it creates a ripple effect.
I hope so. I have people that follow me on Instagram and they're like, I watch everything you do. I'm like, what? That's weird. Cool.
I'm one of those people.
Oh, thank you.
I love following your Instagram and you guys, I've known you for a couple of years.
We've known each other about 5 years now, I think. It's been a couple of years.
I met you a long time ago. Probably when
you first opened. Yeah.
Or Vibes. Vibes is 4 years almost. So, she does offer services at Vibes if that's one of the places you prefer to go, or, all over the valley of where we live and online.
I do offer Zoom and I do offer distance Reiki.
So good. I love this medicine. I really do. In fact, when I began my journey, I had an NDE which put me in a place of having a lot of questions about being a human. I questioned everything because I didn't know what I experienced. And so it was a lot all at once right then. And so much I put it away because I was a human.
Yeah.
You don't want to look at the other side of things until you're ready to look at the other side of things. And one of my first experiences ever into like this realm, this spiritual realm or metaphysical, whatever you want to look at it, it was Reiki. I had an energy healer in my first space I had before Vibes, and she's incredible. She helped me a lot, and I never had anything like that until that moment. And I've had experiences after and huge experiences after, but the introduction to something new that I probably would not have tried before was life-changing. And I am in appreciation for that person for it. And if anyone is questioning if it's real or if it will even work. The only way you're going to know for yourself is if you try it.
Mm-hmm.
Try it for yourself and see what that feels like. And if it doesn't work, try something else. Like, never stop looking for a solution to what you're experiencing. And most of the times it is spiritual. It does lead you back to that connectedness that we were talking about earlier,
Mm-hmm.
that we are all one and that we all can connect to each other in this way that is so profound.
Absolutely.
And I love that you're doing all of the things. All of the things.
Well, thank you.
We're going to take our last break for the evening, you guys. And when we get back, we'll have a little more time to visit with Brooke. So if you have any questions, make sure you hop in that chat room at kgraradio.com and ask away. We'll be right back.
Is that a new music app?
Yeah, check it out. Surfer Music Discovery. It links to thousands of online stations, but the twist is you see the song names and artists that are now playing live.
That's different. No guessing. Looks like a waterfall of music.
So many formats. Rock, oldies, country, R&B, jazz, and a whole lot more.
How's that spelled?
Surfer. S-U-R-F-R.
Is it expensive?
It's free. No need to sign up or sign in.
Get the Surfer Music app free from Google Play or the App Store.
Hey, this check is wrong. I worked a holiday and 7 hours of overtime. Not getting paid correctly is a real pain. It could also hurt our boss if our company provides out-of-compliance checks. That's right, construction companies doing business with the government can get fined, or officials of the companies can go to jail if the checks aren't right. It's a law. The Davis-Bacon Act has 30 compliance issues for every check, but there is an easy way for construction companies to be in compliance. EMARS offers Compliant Client, a web-based system that finds and corrects all 30 of the possible out-of-compliance check issues. Users of Compliant Client report an 80% savings in time and money. Running a weekly payroll usually takes about 5 minutes. All 15,000 plus clients of EMARS have never had a legal compliance issue. Plus, they sleep better on check day. Contact EMARS at emarsinc.com or call 480-595-0466.
This is Soul Wanderings Radio.
Ew, yuck. They're unhealthy and gross. Bugs, I hate bugs. We keep a clean home, but occasionally bugs show up. Well, I found something that is tougher than bugs. Orange Guard. From contact, it kills bugs. Plus, Orange Guard kills hidden bugs and keeps new bugs away for weeks. I know. I use Orange Guard. Plus, all of the ingredients of Orange Guard are on the FDA generally regarded as safe list. Orange Guard may be used around food, humans, and pets. It promotes a healthier planet, and here's a bonus. Orange Guard cleans where it's sprayed. Plus, it comes with a 30-day money-back guarantee. Orange Guard.
You can get Orange Guard at Ace Hardware. And listen, folks, Orange Guard is tougher than bugs, and it's safe to use. Go to orangeguard.com. That's orangeguard.com.
Please listen. Now is not the time to fear When your immune system is strong, Shields Up. You have very little worries. If your immune system is compromised, you're susceptible to all viruses. I say Shields Up and no fear. Try Heart Love from GetTheTea.com. Heart Love has a special ingredient called allicin. It comes from the healing part of the garlic plant. No garlic breath, no garlic leaking out your pores, just pure immune-building ingredients that gets your shields up. Heart Love is a unique blend of herbs that loves to build you up. Google garlic and know the benefits. One Heart Love pill is equal to 20 cloves of garlic. 20 cloves! Shields up. You've heard of our Life Change Cleansing Tea at GetTheTea.com. Now try Heart Love. And by the way, take your blood pressure and watch weekly what happens. So here's how to purchase. Log on to GetTheTea.com. That's GetTheTea.com and build your shields. That's GetTheTea.com. Mention Ray in the coupon code and hit apply and receive free shipping.
Expand your perception of reality.
You guys are the best.
KGRARadio.com.
Everyone, welcome back to Soul Wanderings here on KGRARadio.com. It's a pretty cool station, don't you think? I'm happy to be here tonight with my guest, Brooke Benincosa, with all of her several titles. RN, Qigong instructor, Foot Zone practitioner, Reiki master,
single
and adorable, and super intelligent.
Aha.
Which is awesome. She's got it all. You've got it all. And I'm just really happy that you're here.
Well, thank you.
Feels good. It's been too long. 2 years. I had a guest on last week, Cameron Hell, for those of you who did not listen to the show. It's in the archives. He hadn't been on the show for a couple of years either, and it's time to revisit. It's time to revisit and see what everyone has been up to.
Yep.
Except for next week, I do have a brand new guest. Just putting that out there.
Ooh.
I love it. I do my best to keep live shows as much as possible, you know. There's so many humans that we can meet with, so why not?
Absolutely.
But tonight, it's all about you.
Ooh.
It's all about you. And we still have, 15, 20 minutes to hang out and learn some more. So, guys, during the break, we were thinking, what else could we possibly share with you? And I wanted you guys to take home more than you've already learned. Like, there are still things that you could learn from this lady and her big, beautiful brain. So she's going to give you some tips and tidbits and tricks or whatever that looks like, so you can begin to make some positive changes in healing in your life.
So I was thinking about that, and this is going to sound really silly, but I really want people to try to go and be naked in nature more. If you can.
I don't think that sounds silly at all.
If you can, go and dance in nature. That would be one thing I recommend for everyone. Go get some sun on your skin, get some vitamin D, allow Mother Earth to really take that negative energy and transmute it into something beautiful and creative. Like when I have Reiki clients and they're like, I'm like, all right, this keeps coming to me, but go dance naked in nature. I think I would suggest that to everyone. That and really focusing and being aware of how you're breathing. A lot of people don't breathe correctly, and we need to learn how to breathe like a baby and breathe with our belly.
That is such a good, both of those, but that one in particular, I hold my breath and I don't realize I'm doing it. I'll be doing things and I'll forget to breathe. And I've talked to people about it. It seems to be a normal thing.
A lot of people breathe with their chest.
Yeah.
A lot of people breathe with their chest, and they take, when you breathe with your chest, you're not opening up those lower lobes of the lung. You have to be able to breathe with the belly to expand and get that oxygen to the alveoli of the bottom part of your lung so you can fully oxygenate. And why this is one of the reasons why breathing is so important is your diaphragm has to move when you breathe, and it's flushing out toxins. It's the best way to clean out the lymphatic system. So with everything with COVID, corona, everything, like lung health is essential for your immune system. Just by breathing and breathing correctly, you're going to regulate your own hormones. You're going to get the toxins out of your body. People don't know this, but when you lose weight, where does your fat go? You breathe it out of your lungs.
I did not know that.
Crazy, right? So
I've heard of exercises where you strictly do different types of breathing exercises to lose weight.
Yes.
So can you tell us over air how we breathe from our belly?
So I would recommend for people to kind of lay on their back and put a book on their belly and watch the book rise and fall. And you want to count. You want to count your breath. So you want to count in for 6, hold it for 6, count out for 6. And there's so many different cadences depending on what your health issues are. So like people who have high blood pressure need to have twice as long exhale as they do inhale. So you need to make sure you're breathing out that stagnant air out of the bottoms of your lungs, which is a lot of people don't pay attention to. They just breathe willy-nilly, and we really need to bring more awareness to the breath. And so really counting your breath, having the book on your stomach, breathing in, holding it for a few seconds, and then breathing out twice as long as your inhale would be a really good practice for a lot of people. And that helps with so many health problems. It helps with anxiety. It helps, get the toxins out, which is going to make everything else run more efficiently, right?
Right.
So,
and drink lots and lots and lots of water.
Yes, drink water, drink lemon water. Get some of
I
that.
have a morning routine where I do like a tablespoon of apple cider vinegar, fresh ginger grated, and lemon in a big glass of water. And that's the first thing I do when I wake up.
Perfect.
And when I started that practice, it changed so many things for me.
That's good. Yes. First thing in the morning, take a big drink of water.
Yes. Even if you don't have lemon and ginger and vinegar and whatever else you put in your water.
Absolutely. Yeah, people don't realize that your body is 70% water, and your body will not tell you signals of dehydration until you've lost like 3% of your water. Like that's a big percentage.
That's a huge percentage.
A big percentage. So first thing in the morning, if you want your guts and everything, and also water is going to help flush out the mucus, which causes a lot of inflammation in the body. So you got to flush that stuff out, because while you sleep, your body, your liver filters out your blood. Your body is cleaning and repairing. So when you wake up, you really need to flush that out and give it a fresh start. So
I interrupted your breathing.
No, you're good.
Information with water, but we were talking about something that triggered the water thing. So
yes, breathing in water, very important to help clean the lymphatic system. A lot of people don't even know what the lymphatic system is, but to give you a visual, every time your red blood cells divide, that waste goes into the lymph system. Your hormones are transported in the lymph system. Viruses, bacteria, foreign particles, things that you breathe in from the environment all get filtered out through the lymphatic system. And a lot of people are literally sitting in their own filth. And this is where a lot of arthritis and pain comes from, because those toxins are sitting in the joints of the knees and the fingers and everything else of the body and the organs. So learning how to breathe can really help accelerate the efficiency of the body.
I'm sold.
That, and my other tip would be very aware of your thoughts. Be aware if you're cycling. We think the same thoughts all the time, but are we aware of what we're thinking? Because another thing with Qigong is excessive thinking decreases your vital energy that you cannot get back. Like there's different types of Shen energy. There's different types of energy that you can create in the body, but some of it is vital and very much your own imprint. So overthinking really, really wastes that energy. And it does the same thing of pushing the spirit out of the body when you overthink.
Do you feel like the spirit and the soul are one of the same?
Yeah.
You do?
Yeah. Yeah. I would say so.
I like how you're looking.
I like
up
how
in
to
the
think
air,
about it.
like,
I'm like,
waiting
wait,
for
are they the
answer.
same? I'm like, soul and spirit, I feel they're very much kind of resemble each other. Just different wordage.
I have a little bit of a different take on that.
Ooh,
But,
tell me.
well, I don't feel like they're the same. I think there's a difference. But, essentially for people, I think they combine them because they are so similar.
Okay.
But I feel like the spirit is, like, in essence, who we are with our emotions, our creativity, our fears, our brain, like our intellect. And I feel like our soul is more like our consciousness.
Oh, I can see that. Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. That's a good,
In
summary. I like
summary.
that.
I just feel like they're separated, but they're together. They're two different things for me, but they are, in essence, they could be the same.
That makes a lot of sense. Okay. I've never thought about it like that. No, thank you.
Everyone is different.
Yeah.
Everyone looks at it differently, so. But I like to ask people because you just never know.
I've never been asked that before. I've never really thought about it until now, so thank you.
Question from the chat room, and it's a good one. Have you had training regarding different treatment for RH positive versus RH negative blood types?
I have not. That is a realm that I am not familiar with. It's more, I hear rumors and conspiracies that it's alien DNA.
Yeah.
But that I don't know much with the aspect of, like, I focus more on pain and hormonal changes and things like that. But that's something, that is a good question.
There's something that you can research and dive into.
Yeah, absolutely. That gave me
Little Miss
new
Brainiac
stuff to look at. Thank you.
I've been curious about that myself because I have RH negative blood.
Okay.
And I've been told so many things about that. And so my curiosity gets the best of me and I start, getting on my browser and going down rabbit holes. So you can read and learn so much about it, but I'd be interested to see what you come up with your research.
Well, I'm going to have to look it up now. Thank you. Thank you for that question. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to learn something new tomorrow.
From one brainiac to another. Not me, the listener. I'm a more emotional being. I think everyone knows that about me by now. Although, I do have a brain. I just work with my heart a lot more than my brain.
Well, your heart has its own brain.
It does, doesn't it?
Has more memory cells. Your heart has a lot of memory cells. A lot.
I wasn't aware of that, but that makes complete sense. Because for me, and obviously it's going to be for anyone else, an assumption, my memories don't come from my brain. Those heart memories definitely come from my heart.
Absolutely. So one quick thing that I just recently learned that I thought it almost made me tear up. Story about a heart surgeon cutting.
You're not going to make me cry, are you?
I don't think so.
Okay.
No,
go ahead.
Just a heart surgeon cutting someone open and literally seeing a light in your heart. Literally a light. And when you die, that light goes away.
See, and don't you think that would be your soul?
Yeah. Yes.
That's the light of your soul.
Mm-hmm.
Because when you die, I feel like your soul leaves your body.
Well, yeah, they've even done studies. You lose weight after you die. It's only a very small fraction, but you lose weight after you die.
Yeah, I've read a lot about that too.
Isn't that cool though?
It's fascinating.
I was just like, oh, like that light within is like literal in your heart. I was like, that really hit me.
It's not just a saying.
Yeah, it's not just a saying. Your heart literally has a light.
I want to see what that looks like.
Me too.
I have a very weak stomach. Like if I look at anything bloody like that, I probably and have been known to pass out. I'm not a nurse. She's looking at me like, oh, okay. You're one of those.
Go Google it now.
You're one of those.
No, that's fine.
I had a surgery on my hand, wow, this was a long time ago, like 2004. I had a tumor on my thumb. I had it removed. Went to go get the stitches out and I passed out.
Oh no.
Just watching them. I can't do it.
Oh no.
It's weird.
That's okay. It's not weird. A lot of people have issues like it's not an issue. It just makes them squeamish and that's fine.
I don't want to be. I'm pretty tough. I'm badass sometimes, but that's a lot. That was a lot for me.
There's even stuff in the hospitals that made me a little squeamish. Like,
ooh,
I don't want to see that.
I'm sure. I love all of the advice that you've given out. I feel like there's definitely information that we can take with us and practice. There's so much that we can do better for ourselves and our bodies, for our mind, for our hearts. And everything that you do is so interconnected. I love that you've packaged them all up. All of your trainings are all connected to each other and can help you in one way or another. Like your life path and what you're doing with your magic is such a beautiful gift that you're offering to all of us.
Thank you.
It's so neat.
That was very nice. Thank you.
Well, there I go. That's my heart.
Oh,
that's my heart talking. Because we still have some more time. We have several minutes. I love this. We can still talk.
That's awesome.
So, what is one of I like to know people's most favorite or memorable moments, or aha moments, or something that they had with one of their clients that was just something you'll always remember and you'll take with you forever? Is there one that comes to mind automatically? You know those type of moments I'm talking about, right?
The big aha moments?
Either aha, like aha, or just it felt so good you'll never forget it. You changed someone, you changed yourself from the experience. Putting you on the spot.
Too, yeah.
Share them both.
There was this one experience when I was doing some shaman work with a lady, and I just remember she took like a hot bath after, and she was going through the rebirthing process, and she just came out and looked at me and she's like, I am a goddess. And I was just like, you are. And I just like, it hit me so hard because I pride myself in surrounding myself with strong women, and for her to just have that realization finally for herself, because it's like you see it in people all the time, right? You see people at their best. You want to see their full potential. And for her, she just, the look on her face and the energy that she radiated was like totally shifted. And she's just like, I am a goddess. I'm like, you are. And it
like just, she had the realization right then and there.
Because she looked in the mirror and she's like, I am a goddess. And I was like, yes, this whole time, yes. And I was just so happy for her. And she was just like so giddy, and you could just see her glow. And I was just like, oh, that meant a lot.
It's what an amazing thing to witness. Thank you for sharing.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. That really stuck out to me.
That's big.
So, yeah, it was a big deal.
We have people come into Vibes who are just, either at their darkest moments or close to or healing from or whatever that looks like.
Mm-hmm.
And I love those moments when there's like a spark of truth. Although the truth has always been there, they're just seeing it now. And they have that moment where they're like, everything that people have told me about me is true.
Oh.
And that, like I am beautiful, or I am smart, or they actually believe it for themselves and not just saying thank you because someone said it to them, but they actually know it to be their truth. Those are such amazing moments.
It was. It's just like that energy that I felt from her was just like, I am so glad I could be there to witness like her shift in that. It was so cool. Cause I mean, I work with a lot of younger girls, and I think sometimes they feel intimidated by me maybe, and they kind of maybe compare themselves, or I have a very strong energy. Like I have a big presence, and some people that like makes them like shrivel up. So for her to just stand in her power and be like, I am a goddess. I'm like, yes, we all are. We're all powerful. We're all amazing. And it was just so cool. So
yeah, that was Brooke clapping in the microphone, if you're wondering. No, that's good. You're just so excited sharing it.
I talk with my hands a lot.
And I like people to know you're so excited if they can't already hear it in your voice. It's really a neat thing. What was your second story?
I have like a niche of ladies that I work with when I do Reiki. I do a lot of womb work. I use, it's weird, it's kind of my own energy healing, but I massage their womb.
Mm-hmm.
I give them a really good abdominal massage, and she just had the biggest release and started crying. And it was just like, I felt like amazing.
I imagine that would be very intense.
Most of the ladies, it's not something I advertise, and she was referred to me from someone else for this specific reason. I was like, I don't advertise, I do that, and I explained to them what I'm going to do, and I'm massaging your stomach, I'm increasing the blood flow into your uterus, because I feel we have a lot of trauma stored there, a lot of guilt, a lot of shame, a lot of these really dark emotions that are tied to the uterus of being a woman. And just for, to see that release, and like I felt it, and she just opened up and allowed herself to cry and to feel things, and it was really beautiful.
That makes me feel all warm and fuzzy.
Oh, good.
Well, being a woman, I understand that type of experience and how it could be so completely healing. We carry around so much negative energy in our abdomen as women, and also beautiful energy,
Yes.
So I like the beautiful part. I like the powerful, yummy stuff. That's good. So it's really neat to be able to assist another human in all the ways that you do. That one I find particularly beautiful.
It was really beautiful, and I've been getting more and more of that lately, and it really helps me bring in that divine feminine energy and helping women, like asking them the questions like that they may need to ask themselves. Do you have resentment towards being a woman? And a lot of people are like, they think about it. They're like, I don't know. I've never asked myself that. And so then it guides them to questions that they can ask their own body and start talking through that process of bringing the awareness to the feelings. And sometimes it's passed down from a mother or a grandmother. It might not even be theirs, but it's still, the questions help guide them to further questions of finding answers.
Right. Because those questions are powerful. We don't ask ourselves enough questions. Or the people we're around. Find those people who are going to ask you the questions. That's when my most profound healing has occurred. When people would ask me, why? Why do you feel that way? Instead of just saying, oh, you feel that way, you know? But why? Why do you feel that way? What does it look like for you? What does it feel like for you? Like really dig deep and get into the root. It's a miracle. It's working.
It changes it for
does.
Sure.
Absolutely. We only have a few more minutes, but I'm going to ask this question from the chat room. Do you ever experience what must be the universe or God communicating through seemingly impossible coincidences?
Yes. All the time.
All the time. I figured you'd say yes. How could you not?
I don't know. I've had a few experiences in my own meditations that I would probably, from what I've read, sounds like hallucinogenics, but it's just through breath work. And
that breath work can take you to those
powerful.
Places. Yes.
It is powerful, and it brings in so much synchronicity. And once you speak it into existence, and if you're in alignment with your own truth, the universe and God just provides for you. And I see that in everything now.
I love that.
Thank you.
No, seriously, like what a beautiful way of being, right? Of being aware and awake to those communications.
You just got to get over that initial fear and trust the unknown. Unknown is where all of creation can be, and it can be beautiful. Scary and excited are the same feeling. I call it excited instead of being scared. Just go for it. Like one incident so when I got back from Italy real quick, I was really worried about money. I was like, I just spent my life savings, my retirement on this. I'm like, nope, I'm doing God's work. I'm doing universe's work. Universe will provide. I got stuck in Paris overnight. My flight got delayed after 3 weeks. I was so bummed because I had been gone and I was so homesick, but I got a full refund from Delta.
Full
Perfect. Refund. Yeah, it was crazy.
The universe had your back.
The universe had my back.
I love that. We've left on such a good, beautiful ending. Well, the whole show. You've just been fantastic. Thank you for showing up and being your authentic self and opening your heart and your brain to us. It's just been awesome. How can people reach you if they were interested?
You can find me on Instagram at Brooke Benincosa or on Facebook at Brooke Benincosa, or you can email me at bbenincosa.com.
And how do you spell your last name?
Benincosa.
So good. Thank you again. It's really been a
welcome.
pleasure. If you guys didn't catch that, feel free to, if you didn't write it down, feel free to listen to a replay. But if you can't wait, email me at connect@soulwanderings.com. I'll send you that information right away. Soul Wanderings can be found on all of the main social media platforms as well as soulwanderings.com. You can link to all of those from the website. And of course, make sure you guys are following KGRA Radio on YouTube. Like, subscribe, share with your friends and family. Like always, let's keep having these conversations that bring awareness and connection into our human experiences. Thank you for being here with us tonight. Good night, Wanderers.